Let's be real. Most conversations don't feel like conversations anymore. They feel like duels. You say one thing, they say another, and suddenly you're in a heated match over who forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer. Again, it's wild how fast a casual chat can become a full blown courtroom drama, complete with emotional evidence, surprise witnesses, and flashbacks to things that happened 5 years ago. But here's a radical idea. What if the goal of a conversation wasn't to win? What if the goal was just to keep talking? Yeah, that's simple. That hard. Let's unpack how to argue less and talk more. Not just surviving conversations, but actually connecting through them. And no, you don't need therapy, crystals, or a communication degree from Hogwarts. Just a few simple shifts that work with friends, coworkers, kids, partners, and even your opinionated cousin who thinks the moon landing was fake. Step 1. Buy time. No, not like buying more minutes on your data plan. I mean, buy time for your brain. That little gap between what someone says and how you respond, that's the sweet spot. Here's the problem. Most of us treat conversations like dodgeball. Someone says something intense like, "Why do you always do that?" And we immediately want to launch a counterattack. Boom, dodge, slam. But here's the move. Pause. Just pause. Say something like, "Okay, give me a second to think about that. Let me sit with that before I respond." Or the classic, that's a lot. Can I get back to you?" You've just bought yourself space. And that's where the magic happens. Because reacting is instant. Responding is intentional. One leads to yelling, the other leads to progress. Also, pausing makes you look like the mature one, even if internally you're screaming. Step 2. Loop it back. This one's gold. Want someone to calm down instantly? Show them you heard them. That's it. Say someone comes in hot with, "I feel like you never support me." Don't snap back. Instead say, "So you're feeling like I haven't had your back lately." That's called looping, repeating back their message in your own words. It's not robotic, it's human, and it lets the other person exhale. Because most people don't need you to agree, and they need you to understand, or at least try. Looping slows the temperature down. It helps the other person feel seen, which is basically emotional currency. Bonus, it keeps you focused on their actual words, not your imaginary rebuttal. Step 3. Use "I feel," not "you always." We've all done it. You always ignore me. You never listen. You don't care. And it never goes well. Why? Because the second you say "you always" or "you never," people stop listening and start defending. It's like you just dropped a red flag in a bullfight. Try this instead. "I feel frustrated when I don't feel heard." "I feel alone when I'm the only one handling this." That's honest. That's vulnerable. That's way harder to argue with. And yeah, it might feel cheesy at first, but guess what? It works. "I feel" statements create safety. They're not accusations, they're invitations to connect. You're not saying you're the villain. You're saying, "Hey, this hurt. Can we talk about it?" Way more productive. Way less shouting. Step 4. Fix your face and tone. You could say the words "I love you" in 5 different ways, and each one could mean something totally different depending on your tone. Try it with a sarcastic face, and suddenly it feels like a breakup. Tone and body language are everything. If your voice is tense and your face looks like someone just stole your fries, it won't matter what you say. People hear how you speak louder than what you speak. So next time you're having a hard conversation, check your posture. Unclench your jaw, relax your eyebrows, drop your shoulders, breathe. Speak like you're explaining something to a friend, not scolding a raccoon. Calm tones, calm people. You're not on trial, you're on a team. Step 5. Use this line. "Help me understand." This one is next level. Someone says something confusing or upsetting. Say, "Help me understand what you meant by that." Or, "Can you walk me through how you're feeling?" Boom. Now you're not attacking. You're inviting clarity. You're curious instead of combative. That one phrase can flip the entire dynamic. It says, I'm not here to win, I'm here to learn. And most people don't expect that, which makes it powerful. It also buys you time and reveals what's actually going on under the surface. Step 6. Think in next conversations, not final ones. Here's a mindset shift most people miss. You don't need to fix everything right now. You don't need to resolve every wound, unpack every memory, or decide the fate of the relationship in one sitting. All you need to do is get to the next conversation. If emotions run high and it's not going anywhere, end with, "This matters to me. Let's pick it up tomorrow." Or, "I want to keep talking about this, but I need to cool off first." It shows commitment without forcing resolution. You're not slamming a door, you're holding it open. Communication is like building a house. It's brick by brick. You don't need a mansion today, just lay a good brick. Step 7. Control you, not them. Okay, brace yourself. You cannot change other people. You can't control their reactions, their tone, or their willingness to see your side, but you can control how you show up. You can be the calm one. You can model patience. You can choose words that build trust instead of bombs that burn bridges. And sure, it's frustrating when someone else won't meet you halfway, but if you stay grounded, you become the safe one, the person others want to talk to again. That's power. Also, when you stay calm in the chaos, it's a total superpower flex. Quiet strength speaks louder than yelling ever could. Step 8. Ask, what would a win look like for both of us? You're in a disagreement. It's getting tense. Time to drop the ultimate diffuser. What would a win look like for both of us here? You've just reframed the whole thing. It's not about who's right, it's about what solution makes sense for both of you. It instantly turns a tug of war into a problem-solving session. And honestly, most people don't even know what their win is until they're asked. It's just tension with nowhere to go. You've just handed them a compass. Now you can move forward together. Step 9. Stop arguing over text. Can we all agree on this? Text is the worst place for emotional conversations. No tone, no facial expressions. Just words, assumptions, and a whole lot of autocorrect betrayal. Fights over text escalate way faster. A simple K can spark World War III. Here's the fix. Hey, can we talk about this in person or on the phone? Trust me, hearing someone's voice adds 100 points to understanding. You get nuance, you get laughter, you get context, and you don't get autocorrect changing "I'm mad" to "I'm maple." True story. Subscribe now, because learning to argue less is cheaper than therapy and way less awkward than couples counseling. All right, let's recap. 1. Buy time. Pause before reacting. It's not a race. 2. Loop it back. Say what you heard in your own words. Let them feel heard. 3. Use "I feel." Drop the blame. Keep the truth. 4. Fix your face. Calm voice equals calm outcome. 5. Say, "Help me understand." Curiosity shuts down conflict. 6. Think long term. One good talk today builds 5 better ones later. 7. Control yourself. You can't fix them, just stay steady. 8. Ask about the win-win. Collaboration beats combat. 9. Never text fight again. If it matters, talk it out. Don't type it out. So the next time you're in a tough conversation, remember, you don't need to win. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to stay human. Breathe. Listen. Be curious. And keep the door open for the next conversation. Because communication isn't about being right. It's about being real. And that's something everyone can work on, one talk at a time.